Hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about our social support systems. A question which I had posed before a few people when I had asked them, say, supposedly you're standing upright and you suddenly start to fall backwards. What happens next? Now, the intention behind asking this question was to understand if they believed they had somebody whom they could count on to, if they believed that there is somebody who would have their back, if they had a social support system in place on which they could depend on which they could rely on to. And also to understand as to what they thought of quote unquote about falling down. What was the metaphorical implication about having a fall down? Is it reflective of an accident, a mishap? Is it reflective of having a feeling or a sense of failure? And in keeping with that, I got a few responses. When somebody said that they had a sense of embarrassment, when they had that kind of a fall in a public situation. Somebody also wrote back saying, well, once again, what's that about? Somebody also wrote back saying, now what? Someone also wrote back saying that I don't like to have falls in life. Somebody also wrote back saying that they immediately got up. Somebody also wrote back saying that they immediately got up and checked whether somebody was looking at them or not. Somebody also said that they sat there, cried a bit till the pain lessened and got up again. Somebody also said that they just fell down. Somebody also said that they would try to hold off something, so as to avoid or reduce the impact of the fall. Somebody also said that they'll have a total blackout. Somebody also said that they would fall on a bed with a mattress on it. Somebody also said that they landed on soft water. And when I asked them as to what the mattress and the soft water personified for them, their immediate response was my father. And somebody also said that they could see somebody having their back. It was a man, but they could not see the face of that man. And I've taken up that question for myself as well. And in that moment, in that instant, I instantaneously got the faces of 3 people who would have my back. And when I looked at the number of people who felt supported in their life, out of more than 100 people that I had asked, there were only 4 people who could truly say that somebody has their back. There were 4 people who could truly say that they could rely on to somebody, that they could count on to somebody, and that somebody could count on to them for receiving the support when they needed that support. There were 3 people who said that they would try and hold on to something to reduce the impact or the pain of the fall. And the difference is in the vocabulary when somebody said that it's a person that they can count on to and it's a thing that they would try and hold on to. And there were far too many people who did not feel that sense of support, for they did not give that answer to me. Which in a way also told me that there was a lack of openness on both personal and interpersonal spaces. That there was a lack of trust on both personal and interpersonal relationships, on interpersonal and personal levels. That probably these people also have a hard time receiving help, and probably to some extent receiving nurturing care and support in their life, which in a way also talks about the aspect of love on both personal and interpersonal levels. It also somewhere revealed to me that these people would probably be willing to go out of their way to help somebody out, but they have a hard time accepting help and support for themselves, which would be making their relationships more codependent rather than interdependent. It in a way also somewhere revealed that people who do not feel supported in their life would also be hyper-independent, which in a way is also a trauma response, wherein somebody feels that the weight of the world is on their shoulders and that they've got to carry it all alone, that asking for support would be looked upon as some kind of a weakness, that being vulnerable is not okay. For healthy vulnerabilities, boundary also needs to be negotiated. Because as Brené Brown would say, that it's only when we are vulnerable can we be really open, can we be creative, can we really connect with others, can we give and receive support. And a healthy dose of vulnerability comes with negotiating boundaries, comes with interaction of boundaries. And to take an example, let's consider the movie PK, wherein at one point in time he goes on to say that why do we not help each other out, which is both talking of giving and receiving support to reduce each other's troubles, suffering and pain. And even he in the movie as an alien had one true friend, had one true social support that he could count on to, that he could be vulnerable with, that he could open himself up to, that he could connect with, that he could trust. And it was only through this friendship, it was only through this loving, nurturing care for each other that they were able to help each other out, that they were able to stand besides each other. And from my point of view, when there are 8 million people in the world and many of us still don't feel supported enough, many of us still feel that nobody has our back, we really need to think about that. We really need to think about all of the aspects that I have mentioned in this video, and probably even some that I've forgotten to mention. Aspects regards to trust, aspects regards to openness, aspects with regards to vulnerability, aspects with regards to honesty, aspects with regards to care, aspects with regards to boundaries, aspects with regards to giving and receiving, aspects with regards to gratitude, aspects with regards to empathy. Because without it, in my understanding, connections really cannot be deepened. And when all of this is lacking, in my personal understanding, conflict on both the personal and the interpersonal level is a natural outcome. Let's try and think about all of those aspects, and I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in and try finding out someone, anyone who will have your back, whose back you'll also be willing to have. And if you do like the contextual content of these videos, please do like, share and subscribe.